Tim is a redneck from West Virginia. That's a true story. Tim's speech is about rednecks. It's also titled Rednecks. Past, present, and the redneck history. Rednecks that are local, regional, and from around the world. Here is distinguished Toastmaster and redneck, Tim Linger.
I dressed up. You can tell I dressed up because I'm wearing a tie. That's what we do. When you think about rednecks, you sort of think of a derogatory term. Or do you? How many people think that calling someone a redneck is derogatory? See? That says a lot. Oh, I saw Jolene's hand real quick. That says a lot about how far the word redneck has come. It used to be a very derogatory word. In the 1960s, rednecks stood up in America and decided to own it. And when you embrace a bad word, just like Varkey did, people calling you names growing up, kids do that. When you embrace it, it no longer comes derogatory. And if the people can't get under your skin, they'll quit getting under your skin or quit trying. So let's go back. Well, let's start local, and then we'll go back in some history. Let's start with rednecks in this area. There's a redneck in this room, disguised as a grammarian.
Hell yeah, brother!
He's from Bithbro, which is past Christmas. I'm sorry, Christmas is past Bithbro.
Before Christmas.
That's right, that's right. And there's other rednecks in this room. I believe Tim Taylor.
I resemble that remark.
So when you think of rednecks, did you know Larry the Cable Guy used to be a local guy living in Sanford? Yeah. Would you call him a redneck? Yeah. What about Jeff Foxworthy? Redneck? Sure. Going back to the 50s, I believe, maybe 60s, you had the Clampetts, right? The Clampetts on TV. Absolute rednecks. So rednecks is applied usually to white Americans perceived to be crass and unsophisticated. Fair enough? Like me. Closely associated with rural whites, that's my West Virginia accent coming out, of the United States. Sometimes we call them crackers, especially in Florida. Hillbillies are actually wool hat boys. Now think about a wool hat. Farmers would wear wool hats to protect their necks from the sun, which would give them red necks. And if the sun beat their necks so red over time, the leather or the skin would become leathery. So when you saw someone in town with a red neck or a leather neck, they would be called rednecks or wool hat boys. In the 1900s, rednecks, let me start with the 1900s. In Southern Virginia, the coal mines were owned typically by wealthy corporations or individuals. And a lot of workers were getting paid slave wages to risk their lives. And in Southern Virginia, when they decided to strike back at the owners and demand more pay, they wore red scarves around their neck. And they were called rednecks. It was a sign of unity. The dictionary, forget that one. So let's go back to historical worldwide history of rednecks. In Scotland, in the 1640s, the Protestant movement rejected the rule by bishops. Some wore red cloth around their neck to signify their position, and they were therefore called rednecks. It was their way of rejecting the Scottish ruling class. Going back to the 19th and 20th centuries in northern England, Roman Catholics were considered rednecks. South Africa, Africans would call rednecks ruinek. It was a disparaging term for English people in South Africa of English descent. So let's get into some of the words that I grew up with. Good? All right, everyone, what is this?
Flowers.
Right. This is the colorful, sweet-smelling part of a plant. Flowers. Flowers. All right.
Rats.
What are we talking about?
Rodents.
Yeah, no. Rednecks are willing to fight for their rights. All right? Anybody? We're good here, right? Yeah.
Do you think so?
Did you want to borrow my car? Did you want to borrow my car? All right, tough one here. Yeah. It's a measure of distance between here and Christmas. It's fur. It's very fur.
It's a fur piece.
Now, when you walk all the way to Christmas, you get tired. You get very tired. My grandfather. Yeah, my grandfather, he lived to 66, then he did. Yeah. But before he did,
He retired.
he retired. He retired. Anybody? Yeah. Some people that, if they walk to Christmas, which is far, sometimes the heart gives out. Yeah. Now, if someone wants to borrow my car, you got to check the oil. You got to check the oil, make sure there's plenty of oil in there. All right, we're almost done here. This is a tough one. Wrench. Yeah. If the car breaks down, sometimes you need a wrench to fix it. This is what we all are. Huh? None of us in this room are ignorant. All right, come on. Bear with me. We're almost done. Yep.
Months and months.
Yeah, this is the month of October. Next month. Now, anybody want to walk far, far away? It'd be like going to Georgia. Georgia is far. And if you want to, did we already do this one? No. All right. Anybody want to borrow my car? Borrow my car. And after all this, if you think, well, I'll tell you what is this? Everyone see that?
Scary.
Yeah. This is scary. All right, thank you, Toastmasters.